Hey guys, welcome back to another edition of the Irish Pantheon. Sadly, we are coming to a close. We only got one more goddess, and that is the other aspect of Goddess Morgan. First of all, we are going to do the mother aspect today, which is Goddess Macha. Goddess Macha, again, I am sorry if I am mispronouncing her name, is the most recognized image and name of the Fates of the Morgans. She is basically the one of battle. So anyhow, before I go really into this, because I really love this goddess, here is her titles, alternative names and spellings and symbols. Enjoy. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed that music. It's actually a medication music of the crows. As always, I will have a link listed below and also in the credits. Goddess Macha is basically also called Goddess of Many Faces, but mainly known as the mother aspect of the Fates. In the Irish tradition, Morgan is not one goddess. She is three goddesses. We covered Belja before, which was one of our very first ones we did in the Irish Pantheon. Now we're doing Goddess Macha. Now, I found out a little name that she goes by, which wasn't listed in the titles, which is called the Red, which represents a lot of the time that she was dealt with, what she is a goddess of. She is basically, since she is the mother aspect, she is very protective of her children, us humans being her children, and if her children are harmed in any way, she is a very powerful one to be dealt with. She is basically in the pagan belief, she is basically in a lot of traditions that you can find this, that she is the Dark Mother. She is the one that a lot of pagans follow, the Dark Mother. And again, dark does not mean evil. She is a mother goddess, a main mother goddess. And that one we all look up to. Anyhow, let's get started. She is goddess of 13 things here. She is goddess of cunning. Goddess of death. Goddess of Shuin. Goddess of peace. Goddess of protection. Goddess of fertility. Goddess of Earth. Goddess of Physical Force. Goddess of War. Goddess of Battle. Goddess of Mothers. Goddess of Sex. Goddess of Agriculture. Her sacred animals was the raven, and the crow. Her sacred colors was red, and black. Now, the reason I covered 3 categories real fast was because I'm going to go over a lot of the stuff in the story of her. Again, she is like the Dark Mother. I didn't put that up there, and I should have. But the Dark Mother of the Irish Pantheon. She is the one. We see here that she is goddess of protection and peace. She loves people to be peaceful and live with one another. But yet she is also called upon when someone dies, which again, is like Anubis and the other gods of death. They are not there to torture souls. They are there to help basically peacefully transfer them from this life to the next. But she is goddess of war and physical force and battle, which means that she is not afraid to get down. If there is no solution for peace, she will be there in war, and she will fight for the soldiers. You can use her today in worship for protection of the soldiers that we are fighting in today. We are in war. There's war all over the planet, but I'm talking about America. America is in a war right now, which I don't agree with. And again, you don't have to agree with a war to support the troops. And you can call on her for protection of all soldiers. If you're in a fight, if you're a pagan, you better have a good reason, though, to call on her for protection in a battle. Again, you gotta be careful what you use in magic. Mothers especially, if you're a mother and you have a positive child, or you want, help and peace being a mother, or more help being a mother, she's perfect to call on. She's been used for billions of years. Goddess of sex. She's a sex goddess, so if you're having problems in the bedroom, there you go. And Earth, of course, we have screwed Mother Earth up so bad, it's not even funny. And we can see the wrath of Mother Earth coming back, because she's tired of her children destroying her Earth. Her sacred animals is raven and the crow, and yes, they are two separate animals. A raven, the story of the raven and the crow are basically, they are creatures who carry the souls of the dead to the underworld. So it makes sense that they would be hers. Her sacred color is red and black. Black being the color of protection, red being the color of fury, blood, passion as well. So perfect colors for her. Her sacred element is earth. Her Sabbath is this. Her associated planet is the moon. Her representation is the raven. Her herbs and incense is acorn. hawthorn, holly, and mistletoe. Now, her element, we said, was Earth, which it is, but I was a little shocked when I saw associated planet Moon. Well, not really, if you think about it, but I just thought her being an Earth goddess, it would be, her element being Earth, that it would be Earth. But it was actually the Moon, because she is a mother goddess. The Dark Mother makes sense. And the Maiden Mother Crone, the big moon, the full moon, is the mother to represent the belly. And her representation, Raven, of course, or you could use a crow. I would mainly use a raven, since that is mainly what is thought of her, at least in my mind. Herbs and incense. What's interesting about whole herbs and incense is that they are easy to come across. Acorn. You can basically find that anywhere. The other two, holly and hawthorn, not so much. Mistletoe, especially in Christmas, you can pick it up, so at least two of them are easy to come by. I'm not much of a tree expert, so. Anyhow, her mother was a female druid named this. Her father was called Adid the Red. And she was the wife of the King of Ireland, which his name is here. And what's interesting in the goddesses that we have found out with the phases of the fates, they each, in the Irish pantheon, according to the Irish pantheon, each had a different father or mother. Dinun, to go back, was goddess Badud, the one who boils, which was basically the Dark Mother. Well, she's another one, that was her names. Was basically like the, checking my records here. Yeah, she was the crone. And then we had Medru right now, which is the mother aspect. And then the next one we're going to do is the maiden aspect. So, Macha, which is interesting, is according to this one that I've done my research on, this aspect of her had two mortal parents and became a goddess. But the parents were warrior class. But it still shocks me that she actually was mortal in the myths and stuff. And when she died, she became a goddess. So, one of the very powerful ones. Her children were not listed, but they were just listed as twins of Macha. The twins of Macha. Because in the record shorts that I have done, I looked everywhere for the actual names of the twins, but it just comes up twins of Macha. So her children are very sacred, I guess, because it doesn't even list the real names. So they are probably like her protectors or very close to her. For some reason, when I kept trying to dive into this, when I walked with my spirit board, I was told to back off. Some of the goddesses and pantheons I have done, I have had that same feeling and same reactions. So basically, you don't want to do too much research to find out information, because the gods or goddesses will tell you. Anyhow, through some way or another. Anyhow, this has been Goddess Macha, the mother aspect of the fates. And may you all have a blessed weekend.